Hey everybody, Bree here. It is Wednesday, May 17th, 2017. And I haven't made a video in like a week and a half because, well, for one, I haven't really had anything to update on. But now I do. Yay! So on Monday, the 15th, I had my 2 week pre op appointment with my surgeon to finalize everything and get all my pre op instructions and stuff like that. So I did, and it went well. Like I didn't really even talk to him for that long. Basically, he was just like, you need to stop these two medications. You still want to have the sleeve, right? And I'm like, yes. Excuse me, I just ate a pickle. And he's like, stop these medications. Basically, that's all he said to me, and asked me if I had any questions. And I asked him a couple of things that had come up. Basically, I asked if he would do anything extra while he was in there, if he saw something like a hernia or something like that, or problems with my gallbladder, which I don't have any reason to believe that I'm going to have any of those problems. But he said that, he would fix a hiatal hernia, I guess, but nothing else, unless it was like super easy. He said if they did see anything like on my liver or anything like that, they would take a biopsy. But other than that, it's just in and out quick as possible, which is good. They went over my day before surgery diet, which is the only pre-op diet I have to do. Liquids. I didn't have to do any like crazy liquid pre-op diet. I gotta have clear liquids only. Which I need to go shopping for because my surgery is now in 13 days from today, and I haven't prepared at all. I bought some sugar-free Jello. That's it. That's just because I like sugar-free Jello right now. Anyways, so basically they just say, don't drink protein drinks, don't drink dairy or juice or high sugar liquids, decaf coffee or tea, Powerade Zero, sugar-free Jello, popsicles, and, the broths. And you can't drink anything that's red. So I'm looking at my little paper here. Red, blue, or purple. Did they do that for you guys too? I guess it's because when they are done like doing what they're doing in there, they put blue dye in the stomach to check for leaks, so they can fix them right then. So they don't want anything lingering that may be any of those colors, I guess. Is that what y'all guys had too? I don't know. And then they gave me my soap to wash my tummy tums the night before I go to bed, and then the morning before I come to the hospital. I'm supposed to use half of this each time. It's called Hibiclens Antiseptic Antimicrobial Skin Cleanser. Prevents skin infection. So there's that. And I was like, cool. My friend told me that they didn't give her hers. She had to go buy her own. And then all of the morning of checklist things, like men, you have to shave your beards so they can give you the anesthesia, but you can keep your mustache. I'm probably going to be taking some medication that morning. So they said just take it with a small sip of water. I'm going to find out which medications I'm supposed to take that morning when my pre-op nurse calls next week with my scheduled time. And then, if you have a CPAP, you have to bring it. They tell you to bring all your medications that you're on. Don't bring any valuables and leave your jewelry, and take all your jewelry and piercings out, which I don't have any. My ears grew closed like years ago. That was something that my mom forced me to do when I was a baby, and I never liked earrings, so I never wore them, and now they've grown back. No artificial nails or fingernail polish, which I don't do anyway. But these multivitamins, man, they have been doing things for my nails. They have been doing things. They're so much stronger, and they're all nice and white tipped and pink. They look like a French manicure without it. No contacts, but you can wear your glasses and blah, blah, blah. So basically, they also gave me a list of over-the-counter medications that I can take afterwards and which medications to avoid, like ibuprofen, aspirin, like Metamucil or bulking fibers, because that'd be bad. They said I could take the Gas-X strips, and I'm definitely going to be bringing those with me to the surgery. I mean, not into the surgery room, obviously. But, yeah, and then it's like, hey, if you're having difficulty swallowing, these are the things you should try. And here's some warning signs to call your doctor about if you're having problems. And basically at the end, they say exercise is obviously highly encouraged, but if it hurts, stop. Don't do it. They don't want us to travel more than 4 hours away from the hospital for the first week, and no long distance travel for a month. Just because, if you get dehydrated, they want you to come into their ER to get IV fluids, obviously. Obviously, you can't bathe or go swimming because of your incision sites. They want you to keep those dry. You're supposed to follow your liquid diet, post-op diet, and they tell you don't have no babies for at least 18 months after. And it's like, hey, you're going to get fertile when you start losing weight, so don't be having no babies, which I've already hopefully taken care of that. And Bree don't want no babies. No babies. So that was that. They took a little bit of blood, for the anesthesia person. And, basically that was it. Since I'm self-pay, but my, relative is paying the surgery for me and letting me pay him back. But he lives in California, so he's been calling in the payments. They gave me the surgery fee schedule breakdown, and this is insane. I didn't bring my calculator to add it all up, but this isn't even including my copays, but you can see these numbers right here. $3,100. That is for the surgeon and which way do I go, George? That's for the surgeon, and I don't think that's for the hospital. I think that's just for the surgeon and the assistant surgeon. Oh no, assistant surgeon. Oh yeah, primary surgeon. Look, just gotta lift my finger up. Assistant surgeon, $600. For those of you who are interested in self-pay. Transforming lives. That's That's their little program. So $3,700 paid. $426. Yay. And then they charge you $400 extra for a 2-year diet and exercise post-op program, which is great because these are the things that I've been going to, like the dietitian and the exercise physiologist, and I've been having to pay out of pocket for those. So for the next 2 years, I get to do that at my, 6 weeks and 3 months and I think 9 months and all that stuff. No charge because it's paid for with this $400 charge right here. They charged me $10 for some labs. And then this is for Summit Medical Center. Ooh, focus. That's for the hospital, the use of the facility, and the anesthesia. That is another, wow, lots of money. Yeah, I didn't add all these up, but I have good news that those have all been paid. So my surgery, I'm going to add this up real quick on my calculator, but my surgery is, as of today, completely paid for. And I just need to work out with him when I'm going to start making the payments back. So that'll be interesting. Like, we already came to a general agreement about it, but we just got some fine details to work out with it. So there was that, and the people were really nice about letting him call it in from California and use his credit card or whatever he did. $10,395. That doesn't even include any of the copays that I've paid. I've paid probably close to $300 in copays for the psych eval and just insurance copays. So that was interesting to see, but it's taken care of. And now, oh, I forgot the most important and exciting part, you guys. Sort of. Well, this will be a good lead into the next thing I wanted to talk about, which was when I went, of course, I had to be at my pre-op goal of 256 at this appointment on Monday. And I weighed in at 253. So I was 3 pounds below my goal weight. I had been, like, in the mornings, I was weighing in around 251, which was fantastic. But my appointment was in the afternoon when I had been eating and drinking all day and sitting at a desk, like, retaining water all day. And so a couple of pounds difference is very normal for me from morning to afternoon. So I just have to maintain that 253 until the day of my surgery, and I can't be above that or they won't do my surgery. Like, they absolutely will not let you regain any weight before your surgery. Like, obviously they're trying to see that you are willing to make these changes. And that brings me into my next thing that I wanted to talk about, which is sort of like my fears about this whole thing, which I haven't really talked about a lot recently, or at all. And I've never had surgery before in my whole life. Like, I've never been under general anesthesia ever. I've only had, like, local things, like when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, or when I had stitches in my head, or whatever. But I've never been put to sleep, basically. So, out of all the things that I could be scared about in regards to the surgery itself, like, I am not afraid of dying. Like, that is not even on my radar. Mostly because I trust my surgeon and I trust this hospital. They've, in the more than 10 years, I think they've been open like 12 or 13 years. I don't know. More than 10 years, they've never had a single person die in surgery or immediately after. They have had, people die of surgery related complications later, but they've never had a single death during or immediately following surgery. So that makes me feel a lot better about that aspect. My real fear is the anesthesia. Like, I am so afraid of how I'm going to react to it because I have no marker or no experience to go off of to even imagine what it's going to be like. So like what I'm really afraid of is that it's going to make me nauseous or vomit and it's going to hurt. Basically, I'm afraid of hurting. I'm a baby when it comes to pain, but I know there's going to probably be some pain, but I'm mostly afraid of like it causing me to either be like super crazy emotional and be like I'll be crying or embarrass myself and start cussing out the nurses or something. I don't know why I would, but it's just one of those things where you just don't know until it happens. So that's like my biggest fear regarding the surgery itself. But the last couple of days I've been thinking like my biggest fear in regards to the change in my life is that I'm afraid not that the surgery won't work for me, but that I won't be able to end my bad habits. Like, so after the appointment on Monday, like I'm already getting teary-eyed because this has been really bothering me. But Monday after the appointment, we were really far away from our house because it's on like the other side of the metro area from where we live. And so my boyfriend wasn't feeling that well, and so we just went out to eat afterwards because it was going to take us a while to get home because it was like rush hour, and it's like a 20-minute drive when you're not in traffic and probably close to an hour drive when you are. And so we just decided to go to Chili's. We go there a lot during keto because their fajitas are not really bad for you if you need something out, as long as you don't eat the tortillas, obviously. And not just recently, they changed my hair. Look at this little hair. They changed it to where before, if you wanted beans and rice with your fajitas, you had to pay extra. But I guess nobody wanted their damn beans and rice, so they just started giving it away with it. And I forgot about this. So I was super excited about my weight being 3 pounds under. And when I ordered my fajitas, I forgot to tell her no tortillas. And I forgot to tell her no beans and rice. And I fell into my reward sort of mentality where I'm like, well, I met my goal and I know where I need to be in 2 weeks. So it's okay if I have one tortilla, or if I taste this rice and beans, which was gross and I did not eat. But I did taste a decent bite of each. And then I ate 3.5 tortillas, which is a lot of carbs because they're flour tortillas. And then you add in the carbs from the guacamole and the tomatoes and just the natural carbs and the meats and the sauces. I'm sorry. I'm not really crying, but I'm starting to get like, I don't know. Anyway, you guys don't care, do you? I know you don't. So that was Monday night, and I'm sure I kicked myself out of ketosis. And then Tuesday, we didn't get to see my boyfriend's daughter this weekend, so we went and picked her up after school, and she wanted to go to the Chinese buffet. Which is fine because they have a Mongolian grill set on the side where you can make your own bowl of Mongolian stir fry and they'll cook it up for you, and it's lots of meats and vegetables, which is, fine. But uh, I couldn't control myself. And it was like, well, I mean, I already ate carbs last night, right? And I did so good on my pre-op diet, and I went 3 pounds under that, it won't hurt if I eat 2 egg rolls and 2 wonton crab rangoons and some tofu in my stir fry and then a bunch of desserts. Which I'm not even a sweets person. I don't even care about sweets. I could go without. I would rather eat macaroni and cheese all day. But I ended up eating these little fried cheesecake things that they have there. And obviously I kicked myself out of ketosis, and I've been beating myself up ever since. Oh, and then because, carbs don't keep you full like the fat in the keto diet does, because carbs make you hungrier. By the time we were on our way back home from dropping his daughter off back at our mom's house, we were both starving again. And we ended up going to Brahms, which is a local regional fast food restaurant. I don't know if everybody has them. But we went to Brahms and got chicken strip dinners with breaded chicken strips, and it comes with a roll, and it comes with fries, and it comes with this white gravy, flour-based gravy, and we just went crazy again because it's like, well, we already had all those carbs earlier, so we might as well have more now. But so far today, I jumped right back on that keto train, and obviously I gained 2 pounds from all the carbs. And it made me sick. Like, they made me feel really sick. I don't know why I do this to myself. But it's really made me think, like, am I going to be able to stop these bad habits after my surgery? I mean, I know I definitely won't be able to eat as much. But the being like, oh, I did so good at this, let me stuff some carbs in my face. Like, that's not going to work for the long term. And I know, it'll be okay every now and then, but it's just, I don't want to do that, and it's starting to worry me a little. Also, I can't stop drinking while I eat. Like, it's so ingrained in my habits that I can't stop. So that's something else I need to work on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Who knows? But I did get my new cup, which is great. It's as big as my head. His name is Bubba. You can see it right there. Bubba's pretty good. He's 48 ounces. And the straw is rubbery. I don't know why I like this so much, but I like that it's bendable and rubbery. Just sucked up a piece of ice. So that's what I'm really afraid of, is that I'm going to get this surgery and that eventually I'm going to fail because I can't control myself. Has anybody else had this problem? Like, did you have these fears or thoughts before your surgery, and how are you doing after with it? I know the drinking thing will probably get easier since I won't have as much room when I eat, and that I need to, put food first and wait and all that. But that's what I've been thinking about the last few days, and now I just have to try to stick to this for the next week and a half until my surgery. I mean, I know as long as I don't gain like 10 pounds back, I shouldn't have any problem being at the 253 on the day of my surgery, especially with having to do liquids only the day before. And I've like on myself, like put it in my head, I'm going to stay keto for the rest of the time so that maybe I can be even less than 253 on the day of my surgery. Who knows? I did get this great thing from work today, which is my approval for my request for medical leave. So my surgeon, obviously, sent my work this stuff saying, you know, like what my restrictions will be, which I don't think I have any lifting restrictions. I didn't really get to see any of the paperwork that they sent back, but what she did tell me was that I have requested off leave from May 30th, which is the day of my surgery, which is the day after Memorial Day, so I didn't have to work that Monday anyway. But from May 30th to June 13th, which is 2 weeks, that's what I requested off. But the surgeon's information they sent in said I only needed off 1 week. And so they were questioning, like, why are you asking for 2 weeks if you only need one? And I'm like, because it's a major surgery and I need some time, okay? But they were fine with it when I just was like, you know, I can come in, but I might just need to leave early anyway, so I'd rather just give myself the time instead of making myself look bad by being one of those employees who gets sick at work and leaves every day. Or is never at their desk because they're in the bathroom vomiting because they ate too much. Like, I don't want to be that employee. I would rather just take the time to get used to my new stomach and get my new routine underway, and then I won't have to hopefully leave work early because I'm sick and I did something wrong, or, you know, I'm vomiting because I tried to stuff too much in my face. Anyway, so non-scale victory is that I've lost 9 inches overall since, or just in the last month or so, which is great. Thank you, keto. Love ya. But that's pretty much it. I just want to say thank you to all of you watching. Please, if you have any questions or comments or answers to any of my questions in this video, please leave a comment below. I want to say thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. I can't believe I have as many as I do because I wasn't expecting any. So thank you so much, all of you. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you get some information from this, or you just enjoy looking at my face. So I hope you all have a great rest of the week and great weekend, and I will try and come with an update sometime next week on how the carb thing is doing and the eating and maintaining my weight for surgery. Anyway, so thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram. I post there a lot more than I post on here, just because it's easier. Excuse me. And it is free_the_Brie on Instagram, at freethebrie. And you can follow me there and look at my pictures of my food and my progress charts and other things. So thank you so much, everybody. Bye.